What's going on, guys? It's Screech, and today we're going to be doing our ban list for the April 2nd ban list. Today we've got a big bunch of cards here. This is, I think, 43 cards that have been hit on a few other people's ban lists, and today we're just going to have a look at them. And we're going to go ahead and do it as our own twist. So as you can see, we've got banned, semi-limited, limited to 3, and not yet. And these are 43 cards that I've seen on, of course, a bunch of people's ban lists, ban list predictions. Today we're going to be going over my opinions. So we'll start off with number 95. Dark Matter Dragon. I think the card is very overpowered. I think the card will eventually be hit, but I do not feel that this ban list is the hit for it. I feel the guard dragons are fairly new, and although very overpowered and very consistent and everything, I just don't feel that I just think it's too early to start hitting the guard dragon stuff. So that also goes for guard dragon Argapane, and Guard Dragon Elfie and Guard Dragon Pitsy, wherever they are. There's Pitsy. And Guard Dragon Elfie. Maybe Elfie's not on this list, I don't know. Well, we'll see, we'll come across it. Next one, Hero Loots. I feel that they hit this preemptively with Stratos coming back. The Fear of Stratos, it was a revolutionising card when it was released, and it broke the format, and I can understand giving us the one Stratos back really affected the format. But I feel that Stratos at 1 hasn't done anything. Stratos was great at the time, but it's just not as good now, and that was why it was such a meme. And I think Stratos can go, Heroes can go back to 3, even with one Stratos. I do not feel that that would be a problem. Next, Outer Entity Azathoth, banned. Just straight banned. Same with Rongo, same with everything that we've had in the past format. It's degenerate, it's not healthy for the game, and it needs to go. We're going to skip that one. We're going to go to Book of Moon. Book of Moon, back to 3. Again, another card that was phenomenal many formats ago. Setting cards face down was a big hit to decks. They couldn't synchro, they couldn't XZ, etc. But now everything revolves around links, and links can't be set. Book can go back to 3, and I just don't think there's anything. Chaos Emperor Dragon, Envoy of the Beginning. Back to 3. The new errata makes this card so bad. And yes, it sees play in the guard dragons, but I think that's just because it's searchable off melody and it's another target and it's easier to summon. Most of the times that your people playing this in the guard dragon Blue Eyes and Danger Blue Eyes deck aren't playing it for its amazing effect. Now it's been errated. They're playing it because it's a level 8 and it's easy to summon and slightly easier than Leviair. Although people will still play 2 Leviair over 1-on-1 of this, I think it can go to 3. I think it can get a reprint, maybe the next OTS, and I think we're just laughing. The next card we're going to go on is this one, Thunder Dragon Colossus. I hate Thunder Dragons, and I'm probably going to do something that a lot of people aren't going to like, but I think this card needs to be semi-limited or maybe limited. Let's limit it. Let's get it to 1. I feel that there's still a lot of things the Thunder Dragons can do with 1. Of course, Titan would still be at 3, although Titan isn't great. It's still a good card. I feel we've got in the Thunder Dragon Link in dual power, but the card is really broken, and I hate dealing with multiple Colossuses in one turn. El Shadow Construct, it come back to 1, everyone was hyping it, it's now getting a reprint. I think put it to 2, maybe to 3, we'll be fine with that, there'll be no problem with that at all. Performage Damage Juggler, back to 3 I think. No one's playing this right now, I would love it back at 3. It had a reprint in Battles of Legend, I think, or Shadows in Valhalla, one of them. You know, people have access to the card, it won't spike in price too much and affect the market. I think it'll be fine. I think there'd be nothing wrong with this. I think all the Performages should be back at 3, maybe with the exception of Plush, because Plush was overpowered. Dynamite, never been a big fan. I'm half tempted to leave this because I'm gonna leave it where it's at, which I think is at 1. I think, and we're gonna put True King's Return back to 3. I don't know how much of a difference that would make, or whether it should be the other way around. But I feel that is fine. I don't play through Dracos enough to warrant them. I have played against them a few times, but I don't know. Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. It's tough. It really is. I love the Guard Dragon deck. I love Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. I play Blue Eyes Guard Dragon. I don't play it as my competitive deck. I play it as just a casual deck on the side, a bit like Paleozoic Frogs and a couple of other things that are competitive and they can win, but they're just sort of my fun decks, and I don't care if I'm playing them. I'm there to have fun. I'm there to just enjoy it. I'm a big fan of combo decks, but does it need to go? It really does. Does it need to go right now? Can it wait a ban list? I think it has to go now, solely because this is the ban list we're going to be taking into YCS and regional season, I believe. So I feel that it's going to be a fairly hefty ban list, and I feel that is a big hit, and it will affect a lot of decks. Heavy Metal Horde Electromite. No. No, I think one Electromite is fine. I would like to maybe play 2 of this. Of course, the new Pendulum Structure deck is going to be coming out very, very soon. But no, I think one Electromite is fine. Sky Striker, Mobilizer, Engage. You know what? You're all going to disagree with this. I think it stays at 3. And I think we hit some other things. And we'll go to those other things when they come. I've just found Pitsy as well. There he is. Pitsy is fine. Gazelle, Salaman Great Gazelle. I didn't really know what to put on here, so Gazelle's on here and Sunlight Wolf is on here. I think we go ahead and limit Gazelle, keep Sunlight Wolf at 3. Sunlight Wolf causes a lot of the hand loops, but a lot of them hand loops start with Gazelle, and I think Gazelle being hit is a big part of the consistency. You can still go ahead and do those loops with the Sunlight Wolf and everything, but it will just be less consistent, and everyone in the game knows consistency is key. The next card we're going to go over is That Grass Looks Greener. Grass Looks Greener, I love this card. I loved 60 card decks, and I didn't think it needed to go. I thought it was fine at 1, and I think it can go back to 1. I think no one will complain. I think it will bring more joy to players than upset, but I don't know. I think it's fine. It is overpowered. It's good in some decks, you know, Infernoids, Light Swarms. You know, there's a lot of decks that are like, whoa, but I didn't have a problem with it, nor do I have a problem with it if it went back to 3. I think that would be too overpowered. I think it's at 2 in Japan, but yeah. Harpy's Feather Duster. See, I just put every card that was on people's ban list on this little picture thing to drag, and I didn't think about where I was going to put them. But Harpy's Feather Duster, can it go back to 1? I think Japan has 1, and Japan now has Regeki. Japan had this without Regeki. Now they have both. So, you know what? Why can't we have both? Why can't we have both? Why not? Sky Striker Ace Kagari. Alright, so here is my Sky Striker here. I think we keep Engage, and I think Kagari goes to 1, and I think Multi-Roll goes to 1. Multi-Roll, hear me out, for those of you that are like, no, Engage needs to go, Widow Anchor needs to go. Don't worry, don't worry. I think we're going to go ahead and drag Widow Anchor into this scenario too. I think we go ahead and drop Widow Anchor to 2. I think this is the big, big hit. This is what checks Sky Strikers, and if there's still a problem here, then, you know, Konami have really done goof. Sky Strikers are hit really hard in Japan. I think they have 2 Engage. I think they have like 1 Widow Anchor. Kagari, I think, is at 1, and I think we sort of pseudo-follow that, okay? Widow Anchor is one of the problem cards. Engage gets you your Widow Anchors. Engage gets you a lot of things. But let's not just completely destroy the deck. Of course, Engage has been confirmed to be reprinted, so it would be silly of Konami to put them on the ban list. But, you know, if a card is broken, irregardless of product placement, you've got to keep your fans happy, and you need them to be wanting to play the game and buy the product. But I think with Engage's reprint, I think it stays to 3. Multi-roll lets you recur everything, and that is a problem. You can, you know, you can do your 3 Engages and get your 5 draws. The problem is, like, okay, so you've established that board, you've got so much advantage, but you get it all again next turn with multi-roll. The 2 Widow Anchors you've just used, you're going to get them back with multi-roll, and I think we limit multi-roll, and that stops that problem. We semi-limit Widow Anchor, and that minimises that problem, and I think we keep Engage where it's at. And if come next format, Sky Striker is still the top deck, that's when we start hitting Engage and everything else. I also think one of the Sky Strikers will get an ulti print once again in OTS 10, so I think it will be silly again of Konami to completely destroy this deck. Max C, as much as I'd like to put it to 3, I just don't think it will. Pantheism of the Monarchs, again, no reason why this can't go to 2. Rank Up Magic Launch, banned. Just straight away. I think Azathoth is banned, and I think Rank Up Magic Launch is banned. I think we don't mess about with this. I think we hit a lot. I've seen a lot of people put Azathoth on and not the Rank Up. I've seen a lot of people put Rank Up on and not Azathoth. I think we just get rid of them all. Trickstar Reincarnation. I think there's no need to hit this. Same as there's no need to hit Droll. Yes, Trickstar Reincarnation Droll has been a problem, and it is a problem. But it's been in the format for what, a year and a half? Yeah, I mean, it's not exactly topping left and right, so I think we just leave that. Cleefort Scout to 3. Again, I think Cleefort Scout is fine, there's no problem with that. Shurrit, again, you know, it come off the ban list, everyone was hyped. What's it doing? What are Necros doing? Nothing, back to 3. So YuGiOh Skuldred. I think it's got to get semi-limited. No, sorry, limited. I think YuGiOh Skuldred has to go to 1. Sorry, Pantheism's not there. Pantheism's meant to be at 2. YuGiOh Skuldred has to be limited. I don't like it. It's not once per turn. In fact, you know what? Screw it, I don't like it. I love it. I love the fact that you can draw 12. But it's not healthy for the game. And I just do not think that it should be in the game. Again, this is another hit to all of the Guard Dragons without preemptively hitting the Guard Dragons. I think Skuldred to 1 is perfectly fine. Fairy Tail Snow. I want it back at 3. I really do, but it's not. I think it's staying banned, unfortunately. Summon Sorceress. Again, a card. Really, I think this card should go. I just don't think it will, though. I just don't think it will. Same with this, the Beginning of the End. Really problematic card. It's so problematic. I just don't think it'll go, though. Solemn Judgment, again, I just don't think it'll go. Solemn Warding, I just don't think it's going to move. I think the OCG got 3 warnings in the last ban list, but I just don't. And you might have noticed we've saved some of these cards for last, because these are the cards I really heavily want to talk about. We're going to start with Nightmare Mermaid. I think this is a card that will be banned, but maybe not this format. The card is a problem. Summon the Orcus Nightmare, going off that Orcus deck, that Dark Warrior deck, summoning Ibli and giving it to your opponent, and if they haven't gotten out to it, they literally can't summon. It's a problem. I just don't think it's a big enough problem currently, but I think this card is going to be a sleeper card, and I think that in a couple of formats, this will be on people's ban lists, and I just wanted to bring it to people's attention. But now it's the big one. Let's address the elephant in the room, okay? This I'm pretty happy with. There's nothing wrong with this ban list, but these things. Here's my problem. What I would like to do, I would like to limit Nessie. I would like to limit Jackalope. I would like to limit Sneck. Okay? These are the problematic 3. These are also the most expensive 3. Yada, 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 yada. But here's my problem. You go ahead and put Nessie to 1, you go ahead and put Sneck to 1, you go ahead and put Jackalope to 1. I just feel people will play more of these. I just feel that Thunderbird people might have been playing 1, well they'll now just play 2 or 3. Bigfoot, they were only playing 1, and now they'll just play 2 or 3, and I feel they all have to go. Even like Ogopogo, that I don't think I've seen anyone use this thing, with the exception of the Guard Dragon Blue Eyes. I just think they all have to go, and you can go ahead and say, Jesus, that is a big ban list, which it is, but I don't know. I feel Sneck, Jackalope, and Nessie are the big problems, but I just feel like hitting them, people are just going to use the other ones, which means you have to get rid of them all. I think limit them all, but the problem I've got with that is they're still making danger support, I believe. So where do we lie in the next format? Let's say maybe Dark Neostorm in the next set, and we get another danger. All of these are at 1, and the next one's at 3. I understand that, but I don't know. I think Nessie, Sneck, and Jackalope have to go. but I just feel that people will play the other ones. And I said it and I say it again. They're just going to play the other ones. I've played Dangers, and I feel that if someone said you can't use Jackalope, Sneck, and Nessie, I'm just going to put more Thunderbirds in, and I'm going to put more Bigfoots in. Because yes, the searching effects are good. Yes, the summoning effects are good. Most of them are playing them as deck thinners. They're free special summons. Before you know it, they've got a Borrow Sword, and they've not lost a single card in the hand. But that's been it for me, guys. It's been Screech. Let's just run you through the ban list. As I thought, Red Eyes Darkness Metal and Rank Up Magic Launch banned. El Shadol Construct, Widow Anchor, Pantheism of the Monarch down to 2. Colossus, That Grass Looks Greener, Harpy's Feather Duster, Sky Striker Ace Kagari, Suyuja Skuldred, Multi-Roll, and Gazelle 2-1. All the Dangers 2-1. A Hero Lives to 3, Book of Moon to 3, Chaos Emperor Dragon to 3, Perform Age Damage Juggler to 3, the True King's Return to 3, Shurit to 3, and Cleafort Scout to 3. And all of these cards, I think, are going to be on the radar for other people's ban lists, but not mine. So if you enjoyed this video, guys, if you have anything you want to talk about this, anything you think I've done wrong, anything you think I'm just completely irrelevant on, you just let me know down in the comment section down below. But before you do that, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel for more Yu-Gi-Oh, Call of Duty, and other content. It's been Screech, guys. Peace.